The storm rolled over the red mesas like an angry spirit, swallowing the horizon in dust and thunder. The cattle were restless, the fences half broken, and the man who owned it all, Jack Callahan, stood in the open, soaked to the bone, gripping a shotgun that felt heavier than his heart. The Callahan ranch had been his father's pride, but drought, rustlers, and debt had nearly finished it. Now the storm was the last test, a fight against nature itself. He rode hard through the rain, chasing cattle scattered by lightning, when through the curtain of dust he saw a figure on the ridge. Slim, fast hair whipping behind like black fire. She rode bareback, no saddle, no fear. An Apache girl. She whistled, circling the herd with stunning precision until the animals calmed and gathered. When the danger passed, she dismounted and faced him. "You were losing them," she said. Her voice was quiet but sure. Jack tipped his hat. Didn't expect help to come out of the storm itself. "They'd have drowned if you waited longer," she replied. The rain traced lines down her cheek. He asked her name. "Nayeli," she said. "My people live beyond the canyon. I know this land better than any fence." He offered thanks, but she only nodded. "You fight the land. The land always wins, but sometimes it forgives." Then she was gone, swallowed by the wind. At dawn, Jack found her tracks near the stream, leading toward the canyon. He thought of following, but something held him back. Maybe she was a spirit. Maybe she was real. Either way, he owed her. That evening, a new storm approached, of men instead of clouds. 5 riders appeared on the ridge, led by Silas Rourke, an outlaw Jack had once run off for stealing horses. "Well, look what the wind blew in," Silas jeered. "Heard your fences were down. Thought we'd come help ourselves." Jack stood firm before his corral. "You turn around, Silas. I'm not burying thieves tonight." Silas laughed. 1 man against 5? Before Jack could answer, an arrow whistled out of the shadows and split Silas's hat clean in half. "You heard him," a calm voice said from the cliffs. Nayeli stepped into view, bow drawn. The outlaws cursed, firing wildly. Jack's shotgun thundered once. Her arrows found their marks. In moments, the rustlers were fleeing into the dusk. "You saved my ranch," Jack said, breathless. "I saved the land," she replied. "It feeds us both." Jack removed his hat. "Still, you saved more than that. I owe you more than gold." Nayeli's eyes softened. "Gold means nothing where I come from. Keep your word and keep your land." Then she vanished once more into the desert light. 3 days later, smoke rose near the canyon. Jack followed it and heard Silas's voice among 5 men plotting revenge. "We hit the ranch at dark," Silas growled. "Burn him out, and that Apache girl too," a whisper came from behind Jack. "You shouldn't be here." Nayeli stood in the shadows, bow on her shoulder. "You again," Jack murmured. Relieved. "Guess trouble likes our company." She studied the camp below. "They plan to burn your barn. We stopped them smart, not loud." When night fell, they struck. Nayeli's arrow shattered a bottle near the outlaw's fire. Jack fired a warning shot. Gunfire exploded through the canyon. 1 man went down. Another's horse bolted. Then the flames caught the brush, turning the camp into a whirl of smoke and heat. Silas screamed through the haze, "This ain't over, Callahan!" and vanished into the darkness. As the fire died, Jack looked at Nayeli beside him, her face lit by the embers. "You could have killed him." "Fear lasts longer than death," she answered. He stepped closer. "You saved me again. My ranch, my life. I don't know how to repay you." "Don't," she said. "Just guard what's yours." He looked at her then, really looked strong, fierce, alive. "You said gold means nothing. What does?" "Respect, truth, freedom." Jack extended his hand. "You've got mine." Her grip was firm, a silent promise between 2 worlds. By morning, they were back at the ranch. Over coffee and cornbread, she studied the worn walls and the old photo of his parents. "This place breathes," she said. "It remembers who built it." "Yeah," Jack replied. "Sometimes I think it's got more life than I do." "Not anymore," she said softly. Before he could ask what she meant, the ground shook with hoofbeats. A dozen riders appeared, U.S. cavalry. Their officer dismounted. "Jack Callahan? Reports of Apache activity near your land. You harboring anyone from the tribes?" Jack's jaw tightened. "She saved my life. That's all you need to know. The law says aiding hostile natives is punishable," the officer began. "Hostile?" Jack snapped. "You call saving a man's ranch hostile?" Nayeli stepped forward, calm and proud. "If you want me, I will go. I do not bring war to his home." Jack turned sharply. No, you're not going anywhere. The officer hesitated, then sighed. Keep your land in order, Callahan, and your company clean. He rode off, leaving dust and tension behind. Jack watched them disappear, anger still burning. Peace never comes easy. Peace never does, Niley said. But you fight for it the way you fight for your land. He met her gaze as sunrise painted the plains gold. Then we'll fight for both, together. She smiled. Together, she echoed. And in that golden light, Jack knew the truth. She had saved his ranch, yes, but more than that. She'd reminded him what it meant to fight for something worth keeping. Not for gold, but for honor. Not for land, but for the people who made it home. The wind moved across the mesa, warm and gentle now. Somewhere beyond the canyon, the desert carried their names together. The cowboy and the Apache girl, two hearts bound not by blood or promise, but by the land itself. If this story touched your heart, don't write off just yet. Click subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss the next tale of courage, love, and redemption from the old frontier. Every week we share powerful Western stories where hope survives the hardest storms and kindness changes lives. Join the trail with us, hit that like button, share the story, and keep the spirit of the West alive.